Okay, last time we discussed the simple common emitter amplifier with fully bypassed emitter resistance. So today we will discuss another circuit of common emitter amplifier with partly bypassed emitter resistance. So here we have basically divided the total emitter resistance, which is also RE, into two parts. Uh, One is RE that has a capacitor in parallel, and the other one is RF, which is simply connected with RE in series, and it has no capacitor in parallel. So when we consider the AC equivalent model of this circuit, for AC, as we short circuit the capacitor, so this RE will be fully bypassed, and there will only one portion left of RE, that is RF, in series with emitter. So here is the equivalent circuit or equivalent model for this common emitter circuit with partly bypass emitter resistance. So we will use the same model for common emitter configuration, in which between base and emitter is beta RE dash, and as we have seen, from emitter to ground is connected RF. From emitter to ground, this is ground terminal. So from emitter to ground is connected RF, and between emitter and collector is basically the current flowing, which is equal to IC, and its value is equal to beta times IB, and it is shown with a controlled current source. And in parallel with the controlled current source between collector and emitter is the output resistance R0. So on the input side, we have seen that between base and ground, because VCC will be short to ground, so between base and ground terminal is connected RB. RB is basically equal to parallel combination of R1 and R2, and with an RB has RS and VS also connected in this form. Also on the output side, between collector and ground is connected RC. Sorry, this is RL. So RL is connected at the output side, and RC is connected between collector and ground, and RL is also connected with collector and ground terminal. So this is the equivalent model of this circuit. From this we can find the overall voltage gain, the input resistances, and the output resistance. So here is the input loop equation. For this loop, the voltage from base to ground is VB. So for this loop we will write minus VB plus IB into beta RE dash plus RF. RF has two currents flowing across it, that is IB and beta times IB. This is also flowing through RF. So we have the equation minus VB plus IB beta RE dash plus IB plus beta IB into RF is equal to 0. So this equation takes the form VB is equal to IB times beta RE dash plus this, by taking IB common, and as beta plus 1 is approximately equal to beta, so VB will be equal to IB times beta RE dash plus RF. So we can find the input resistance by dividing VB with IB, which will be equal to beta times RE dash plus RF. So from chapter 6 we have found a general formula for voltage gain in terms of current gain and load resistance, which is equal to this. So from chapter 6 this formula can be used for open loop voltage gain, which is equal to current gain times RL over RI minus into minus 1 if the output current is opposite to the current we have assumed for that direction, So in this case we have seen the same, that IL is flowing in this direction but IC is flowing in this direction and IB is in this direction. So the output voltage will be 180 degree out of phase with respect to the input voltage. So by putting the values of AI is equal to beta and RL is equal to RC parallel with RL, this is the AC load resistance. So you can find the open loop voltage gain, which is equal to beta times RL divided by beta RE dash plus RF, which is equal to RL divided by RE dash plus RF. So overall voltage gain from load to source is AVS, which is equal to VL over VS, which is equal to open loop voltage gain multiplied by stage input resistance divided by Rin plus Rs. We have already included the value of RL, so we'll for overall voltage gain we will now include the effect of input stage resistance and the source resistance. So taking the voltage division at the input side in the form of Rn divided by Rn plus Rs, AVS will be equal to open loop formula multiplied by the stage input resistance division, where Rn is equal to Rb parallel with beta Re dash plus. You can find the value of Rn from this side, where you can see that Rb is in parallel with Ri, and the value of Ri is beta times Re dash plus Rf. So Rn is equal to Rb parallel with Ri, and the value of Ri is beta times Re dash plus Rf. So we have put the value of Rn in the overall voltage gain formula here, and after simplification we have found that we can cancel out these values, and finally the AVS after taking Re dash plus Rf common, the value of AVS is equal to RL divided by Rs divided by beta plus Re dash plus Rf1 plus Rs over Rb. So this is the overall voltage gain formula for partly bypassed emitter resistance common emitter amplifier. From this we can find the value, from this formula we can find the value of Rf as given. So in this case the optimum collector for current for maximum swing of AC voltage is equal to VCC divided by RC plus RE plus RF plus small rl. So you can see that also with RC and small rl we have included the value of RE plus RF to find the optimum value of collector current. So when the emitter is fully bypassed, the ICQ optimum will be equal to VCC divided by RC plus small rl. So next here is an example where you have to find the value of current gain, input resistance, stage input resistance, voltage gain and overall voltage gain for this circuit. This is also the case of partly bypassed emitter resistance common emitter amplifier. Here the value of Rb, which is equal to parallel combination of R1 and R2, is 8 kilo ohms, ICQ is 2 milliamperes, VA early voltage is 72 volts and beta is 150. So first you have to find the value of emitter resistance internal resistance, which is equal to 26 millivolt divided by emitter current. Emitter current is approximately equal to collector current, so Re dash is equal to 13 ohms. Next you have to find the value of the Q point value of VCE, which is equal to VCC minus IC RC plus RE in this case. The total RE is 68 plus 932, which is equal to 1 kilo ohms. So from this you have found the value of VC, which is 8 volt. Now its value of R naught, which is equal to early voltage plus VCC divided by ICQ, and it is equal to 40 kilo ohms. Next is small RL, which is 3.75 kilo ohms in this case, and there is current gain, the original formula for current gain is beta times R naught, because there is a current deviation across R naught and RL. So we have included its effect to R naught divided by R naught plus RL, which is equal to 137.1. This current gain can be approximately equal to beta, which is 150. There is difference between 150 and 137.1, but it can be approximately taken to be equal to beta. So next is input resistance, which is 12.2 kilo ohms in this case. Then it's stage input resistance, which is equal to RB parallel with beta times RE dash plus RF, and it is equal to 4.83 kilo ohms. Next is voltage gain, the open loop voltage gain without any source. It is equal to RL minus RL over RE dash plus RF minus 46.3. The overall voltage gain is equal to open loop voltage gain multiplied by Rn divided by Rn plus Rs, which is equal to minus 38.4. So next example is about the design of a common emitter amplifier. The given values are RL, VCC, RC. We have to find the optimum collector current 2 for maximum output swings. S is 600 ohms. Overall voltage gain from load to source is 45 minus 45. So we have to find the value of RE, R1, R2, RC, so that the Q point current will not change more than plus minus 4% over beta range of 70 to 180. So if normally as a rule of thumb we take VE as 10% of VCC. So if VRC is 50% of VCC, then the voltage left for VCE will be 40% of VCC. So this is optimum value for VCE, Q point VCE value, because the Q point will be almost in the middle, as it is 40% of VCC. So this approximation is almost accurate, as the Q point will be located in the middle of the active region, as it is required. So in this case, if we have assumed the value of VRC to be 50% of VCC, then 50% of VCC will be equal to 10 volt. Okay, so VRC will be equal to 10 volt, and RC is 3.3 kilo ohms. So IC will be VRC over RC, which is equal to 3.03 milliamperes. Also VE will be 10% of VCC, which is equal to 2 volt. So RE will be, as VE is 5 times smaller than VRC, as you can see that VE is 5 times smaller than VRC. It is 2 volt, it is 10 volt, 10 divided by 205. So as V is 10 times smaller than VRC, also RE should be 5 times smaller than RC. As V is 5 times smaller than VRC, so RE must be 5 times smaller than RC. So RE is equal to RC divided by 5, which is equal to 660 ohms. So as overall voltage gain is minus 45, the open loop voltage gain should be slightly greater than this overall voltage gain. It means that this AV will be from collector to the base side. So it will be slightly greater than minus 45. So we assume it to be minus 50. As we have to find RF from this formula, which is equal to AV is equal to minus RL divided by RA dash plus RF. As RL and RE dash are known, we can find the value of RF, and we have assumed the value of AV to be 50, which is slightly greater than 45. You can also take it as 55 or 60. So it is made an assumption that AV is slightly greater than AVS. So RL is equal to parallel combination of RC and RL, and RE dash is 26 millivolt divided by IE. We have found the value of IC, which is also approximately equal to IE, and RE is now is equal to 8.66 ohm. So AV is equal to RL over I dash plus RF. We have put the value of modulus value of 50 minus 50, and RL is 2.5K divided by 8.66 plus RF, from where we can find the value of RF, which is equal to 42 ohms. Now we have to find the value of ICQ, optimum value of ICQ, which is equal to VCC divided by RC plus RE plus RF plus RL, and it is equal to 3.1 milliamperes. So for plus minus 4% variation, IC maximum will be 3.22 milliampere, IC minimum will be 2.98 milliamperes. Next we will find the value of RB from this formula, RB over RE dash RE from IC maximum minimum formula. From this, RB is equal to 6.4 kilo ohms. Also V Thevenin can be found. From this the value of R1 can be found, which is equal to 43.5 kilo ohms, and finally R2 is equal to 1 over R2 is equal to 1 over RB minus 1 over R1, from which R2 can be found, which is equal to 7.5 kilo ohms. So finally we have designed the common emitter amplifier circuit with partly bypassed emitter resistance, as we have found all the resistance values including RF, RE, R1, R2. So next is small signal common collector amplifier model. In case of common collector amplifier circuit in which we have also connected RL and RS, this is equivalent to this model. In case of common collector circuit, again from base, in this case the collector is grounded. As you can see, the collector is grounded, and from collector to emitter, as we have known that from collector to emitter is a current flowing which is equal to beta times IB. This is the current IC, and also in the parallel this is shown by a control current source, and also in parallel with beta IB is R0, the internal resistance of collector to emitter terminal. This is the output resistance, because in case of common collector configuration also the output side is from collector to emitter. So this is R0 parallel with beta IB. Also on the input side from base side and to the emitter side, this is emitter. From base to emitter is connected beta RE dash. This is the internal resistance of emitter, and it is equal to beta RE dash in this case. Between base and ground, for AC VCC will be short to ground. From base, this is base terminal, from base to ground is connected RB. I will show the terminals also here. This is base, emitter, and this is collector. So you can see that from base to ground is connected RB, and from base to VS is connected RS. Also from emitter to ground is connected RE, and from emitter to ground, this will be short circuited, this capacitor. From emitter to ground will be connected RL. So in this case V0 is equal to VL. This is output current IE. The input side has current IB. From collector to emitter is flowing beta IB. So this is input stage resistance, this is input resistance, this is output resistance, this is output stage resistance. So again for this loop, the loop equation is minus PB plus beta RE dash into IB. We are considering this outer loop, this loop. I can show this loop another color. This is the loop for which we are writing this equation. So for this loop, minus VB plus beta RE dash into IB plus IE into RL, small RL. We have taken the parallel combination of IE and RL as small RL. So IE is flowing from small RL. IE into small RL is equal to 0. So by taking IB and beta common, VB is equal to IB times beta RE dash plus RL. We have taken the approximation that beta plus 1 is approximately equal to beta. So RL is equal to basically parallel combination of these two resistance. From this we can from VB we can find the value of RI input resistance, which is VB over IB, and it is equal to beta times RE dash plus RL. The input stage resistance is basically at this side, which is equal to RB parallel with RI, and by putting the value of RI we can find the value of Rin. Also the open loop voltage gain is equal to V0 over Vi. V0 is the voltage across RL, small rl, so V0 is equal to IE into RL, and we have found the value of Vi, which is equal to VB in this case. So by putting the values here, IE into RL divided by IB times beta RE dash plus RL, it is equal to RL small rl divided by RE dash plus RL. So you can see from this formula that the voltage gain of common collector amplifier will be maximum equal to 1 or less than 1. If the value of small rl is much greater than RE dash, then the value of AV will be equal to 1, otherwise it will be less than 1. So here we have the current gain formula. This is current gain, which is equal to output current divided by input current I over IB, and it is approximately equal to beta. You can find the output resistance by simply short circuiting the capacitors and the DC voltages, and the output resistance, stage input resistance will be found at this point. And as you know that at the output side the current is beta times greater than the input side, so the resistance will be beta times less. So if you are taking these input resistance on the output side, you will divide them by beta, because when we take the current IB on the output side, we multiply it by beta, so the resistance will be divided by beta as we multiply the current by beta. So from this side we can see that RE is basically parallel with RS plus R. At the input side you can see that RB is in parallel with RS, and we divide it by beta if we have to consider it on the output side. So basically at the output side the resistance will be RE parallel with RE dash plus parallel combination of RB RS divided by beta. As RE dash is already on the output side, so we will not divide it by beta, we will only divide the parallel combination of RB and RS with beta if we want to consider it on the output side. So this is the expression for output resistance. You can also find the same output resistance by the same method for common emitter amplifier case. So for typical values of RE 1 kilo ohms, RE dash 5 ohms, RB 100 kilo ohms, RS 50 ohms, beta 100, R out will be equal to 5.5 ohms. So you can see that the output resistance of common collector amplifier is much smaller as compared to other configurations. Also its input resistance is much higher as it's the parallel combination of RB and RI, and RI is also large as it includes the value of beta. So next we will find the overall voltage gain, which will be found simply by multiplying the open loop voltage gain with the voltage division of input state resistance. Due to its large input resistance, small output resistance, common collector amplifier can be used as a buffer, which basically enhances the overall voltage gain of the total amplifier system, and it can drive a heavy load. So next we will solve an example which will show that how the common collector amplifier improves the overall gain of the system and can drive a heavy load without the reduction of gain. So here in example in which there is an amplifier having output resistance of 1 kilo ohms and it is connected with a 100 ohms load. So this is a heavy load as its resistance is low, so it will drive a lot of current from the previous stage and it can reduce the overall voltage gain of the system. So we will connect, then in the second part we will connect a common collector amplifier between these between the load and the amplifier stage. So the open loop gain of amplifier is 140. Find the voltage gain with load connected and voltage gain when an emitter follower is inserted between amplifier and load. So for first case, when we have simply connected this amplifier with the 100 ohms a heavy load. This is the input voltage. Between input and load is this amplifier stage which has open loop gain of 140 and output resistance of 1 kilo ohms. So the overall voltage gain VL over Vs will be open loop gain multiplied by voltage deviant due to this load, which is equal to 100 divided by 1 kilo ohms plus 100. So in this case the overall voltage gain is equal to 12.7, in which we have directly connected an amplifier stage with a heavy load. You can see that the gain is reduced from 140 to 12.7, which is a much reduction in the gain value. Next is the case when we have to find the voltage gain when an emitter follower is inserted between amplifier and load. So this is the second case when this is the emitter follower circuit which is connected between the amplifier and the load resistance. So in this case we will find the overall voltage gain. For this we first have to find the value of input resistance, stage resistance and RL. For input stage resistance we have to find the value of IE, which is equal to, in case of common collector configuration, which is equal to VCC minus 0.7 divided by RE plus RB over beta, and it is equal to 92 milliamperes. Next, from this IE we can find the value of RE dash, which is 26 millivolt divided by 92.28 ohms. So small RL will be equal to parallel combination of RE and RL, which is equal to 50 ohms in this case. Next is input stage resistance, which is parallel combination of RB and RI. RI is beta times RE dash plus RL. So Rin in this case is equal to 2.65. This is kilo ohms. 2.65 kilo ohms. So overall voltage gain is open loop gain of this stage multiplied by the gain of this common collector amplifier stage. This is open loop gain of first stage. This is the open loop gain for common collector amplifier stage, and this is the voltage deviant due to Rin due to this amplifier stage and the previous stage. So in this case Rin, as we have found for common collector amplifier, is 2.65 kilo ohms, and Rs, the source resistance, in this case will be the output resistance of the previous stage, because this is now acting as a source resistance for this stage or input resistance for this stage. This is basically in series with the stage resistance of this common collector amplifier stage, so we will consider it as a source resistance for this common collector amplifier stage. So Rs in this case is equal to 1 kilo ohms. We have found the value of Rin. Small RL is 50 ohms. We have put the value of small RL. The open loop gain for the previous stage is 140. By multiplying these values we have found that now the overall voltage gain of this whole amplifier system having two amplifier stages and a heavy load is 102. Now you can see that from the previous case in which the amplifier stage was directly connected to the load, the gain is much improved now because of this buffer stage, because of this emitter follower stage. So basically the purpose of this emitter follower in this case is to drive a heavy load and to improve the overall gain of the whole system. So we have seen that the overall gain has improved from 12.7 to the value of 102. So this is basically the purpose of using common collector amplifier, as its voltage gain is 1 or less than 1, but it can improve the overall gain of the whole system when used as a buffer, and it can drive a heavy load without much reduction in the gain. So this is all for today.